Hi everybody. Just gonna wait a minute. If anybody pops on with me. We'll just get organized here while we just give it a sec. Make sure you guys can see everything. Go. Hope you're having a good night. Okay. Just give it one more sec, see if anybody comes in. Otherwise, you guys will be able to watch this in the recording. So we'll get started. So let's get going. So I want to welcome you guys. Happy Thursday. You know, you finally get to see a real person who's been chatting with you all week. So my name is Danielle Wyant. Welcome to my kitchen, and thank you guys so much for joining us in our party this week. So I'm super excited for tonight and getting things wrapped up with you and coming to you live with this cooking demo. So if you didn't see what we are making, I am going to show you how you can make the fastest, easiest homemade cinnamon buns. They cook in 12 minutes. It takes less than 5 minutes to put them together. And then we are going to grill up some fresh pineapple on our new deluxe grill and griddle, and I'm going to show you how you can make some homemade whipped cream to go with it. So we're kind of going sweet tonight. So I know some of you are in Ontario, you would have already had dinner. Some of you guys are out west and up in the Northwest Territories, so you're getting ready for dinner. So this will be your dessert ideas. So if you're just joining, say hi. Sometimes Facebook does not show me when people are posting questions. So if you do have a question, just put it in the comments. If I don't answer it, I will come back on afterwards and I'll answer all of your questions. Okay, so let's get started with the cinnamon buns. So I'm going to show you how to make the most easiest dough ever. It literally is 5 minutes to put these buns together. So I'm actually going to do it in our cooking blender. And the cool thing is it's going to mix it all up for me. If you don't have the blender, don't worry. You can just mix it by hand in a bowl. But it's only 4 ingredients. So what it is it's flour, baking powder, salt, and the secret ingredient is Greek yogurt. So there's no yeast in this dough, and it is amazing. You can use it for cinnamon buns, you can use it for pizza, you can use it for flatbread, you can do so many different things. I actually made some earlier, and we had garlic cheese bread with dinner tonight. So lots, really, really versatile. So I have that in the blender. Now the cool thing about the blender that is different than other blenders on the market is this blender cooks. So it goes up to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. So I want you to imagine you need a really fast dinner or a quick lunch and you want to have homemade soup. You put your raw ingredients in here, you put it to soup, and the blender does its thing, and it's going to blend and cook, and you're going to have hot, amazing soup in 30 minutes. You can also make homemade sauces, like think about hollandaise and cheese sauces, even hot chocolates you can do in this. You can also grind. So imagine making your own peanut butters and your own nut butters, or grinding your coffee, or, even let's say you needed some icing sugar. Icing sugar is really expensive to buy. Throw granulated sugar in here with a little bit of cornstarch and you can make icing sugar. You can also make alternative milks. Like if you drink cashew milk or almond milk, you can actually make all of those in here. And of course you can do your smoothies, and it'll be a regular blender also. So we're just going to add our Greek yogurt. I knew somebody had asked about the measure all cup earlier. These are awesome. You just pull them down to whatever ingredient you need and you push, and away you go. Comes in 3 different sizes. So let's put the lid on. So the great thing about the blender too is that if you try to start it, it's not going to start if the lid isn't on. So that's a really great safety feature of it. So you're never going to have an explosion happening in your kitchen. So we're going to turn it to grind. There we go. We're going to let this go. It'll probably take about 30 seconds for it to come together. So let me just pull that out. There we go. There we go. Let's see. So there we go. So if you saw me use the what looks like a beating tool, this is actually called a tamper. So it helps just if you're doing like peanut butter, or as you saw, it kind of got stuck on the sides. I just gently pushed it down with this. The great thing is when you use this, it never touches the blades. So you're never gonna have a bad accident. So you never want to put anything other than the tamper in when it's running. Okay, let me just move this out of the way now. So our dough is all together, so you guys can see that. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of flour, put it on my mat here. And I'm only gonna actually do half of the recipe tonight. There we go. So see how it's all came out? So the best part about the blender is it actually is self-cleaning. So after we're done tonight, I'll put in 3 cups of water, which is to that line right there, little squirt of dish soap, and it cleans. So the cool thing is I can start with cold water. It's going to heat the water up to 140 degrees, and then it's going to go into a 2.5 minute cleaning cycle. So it's awesome, especially if you're doing sticky things like peanut butter or jams. It's fantastic because it cleans itself. Okay, so I broke the dough in half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to push it down here on my mat. I'm just gonna take a little bit more flour just to sprinkle a little bit on the top like that. And I'm gonna take my rolling pin and I'm just gonna roll this out. So for us, because there's only 3 of us, I don't need to make 8 cinnamon rolls. So that's why I'm only doing half of the recipe. So what you could do is I could make the entire recipe, and then I could actually put them in the freezer. And then when I wanted to have some fresh cinnamon buns, pull them out, pop them in my air fryer, which is right over my shoulder there, which I'm going to cook them in, and we'd be all set. Okay, so there we go. Just stretch that out a little bit. I am not the best roller because I am not a baker. Okay, so when you're doing your cinnamon buns, you actually want the dough to be more long. If you guys can see this, like that, you want it more long because what it's going to do is they're not going to be as high, they're going to be wider. Oops, there we go. Okay, push that back together, and if you happen to break the dough like I just did, squish it back together. There we are. Okay, so now we're going to take 2 tablespoons of softened butter. I find it's easier than using melted, but again, here's our little measure-all cup. This is the little baby guy. So just pop that out, take your spreader, and spread that over your dough. I sometimes feel like I need like music while I'm doing this. Okay, there we are. And then we're going to take our brown sugar. You're going to do about 1/4 cup. And if you guys are looking for the recipe for this, I will post it afterwards for you. Nothing worse than solid, hard brown sugar. So our little brown sugar keepers are awesome for keeping your brown sugar nice and soft. So we're just going to dump that and sprinkle it over our dough. Now in my family is addicted to cinnamon when it comes to cinnamon buns. So they are all about the more cinnamon, the better. So when you see me put on the cinnamon, you might go, oh my gosh, that's a lot. And yes, it is. It's because every time I make apple crisp, apple pie, cinnamon buns, they're always like, it's not enough. So I put on a lot. If you're lucky enough to be shopping with us during the Christmas season, which is typically middle of October to the end of December, we have the most amazing cinnamon as well as vanilla. And the flavor in them is just, it's a wow. So they're not available right now because Pampered Chef typically just brings them out for Christmas. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that. And I have posted my VIP group, and I always post when products become available in there, so you can keep up to date and join my VIP group. Okay, so we've got this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take it, we're going to tightly roll it. Hi Sylvie, welcome. No worries, we're just making our cinnamon buns. So we're just going to tightly roll. Now I'm doing all of this on our pastry mat, and I love this mat because it's actually got measurements. So if you're needing to cut in a circle, you can, or roll your dough out. The key is that you want to make sure, sorry, I'm all sticky. You want to make sure that you don't actually cut on the mat, okay? Because you'll actually, it's silicone and you'll actually cut through the mat. So you don't want to do that. So just get a little cutting board, get a nice sharp knife. This is our serrated bread knife. And I'm going to cut these into 4. So somebody's going to be lucky in this house and get a second one. Okay. And I have our little mini 5.5-inch cast iron pans that I just put some butter in. And I'm going to take these. Oh my gosh, look at those. And I'm going to bake these. Now, I'm going to bake them in our air fryer. Right there. And if you don't have an air fryer, you can bake them in your oven. So 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes. So I put these in the air fryer for about 13. So we're going to put them in and you guys are going to see what they look like. Okay. There we go. And let me tell you, our air fryer, I use this. I'm just going to chat with you while I kind of tidy up for part 2 of the recipe. Our air fryer is, I use it pretty well daily. There are so many different things. It is an air fryer, so you can basically fry without all of the oils. You can bake, you can roast. It comes with a rotisserie setting, so imagine making your own homemade rotisserie chickens. And I was telling you guys earlier this week about our rotisserie seasoning, so it goes awesome on there. Pork roasts, beef roasts, people have been doing prime rib. You can even do like a whole cauliflower in it. You can bake in it, and you can also dehydrate. And it is amazing for reheating. Let me tell you, pizza, there is nothing worse than the day after pizza and you pop it in the microwave and it's soggy, right? Pop it in the air fryer, you put it on reheat for 5 minutes, and honest to goodness, I swear it sometimes tastes better than the day we actually got the pizza. It is so good. So if the air fryer is something that you are interested in, comment below, and I am keeping a list, and I can certainly contact you when it becomes back available, okay? Which we're hoping late spring. They've been that popular. Okay, so let's get to part 2 with our grilled pineapple and homemade whipped cream. So we are going to be using, this here. I sometimes need a bigger counter. We are going to be using our deluxe grill and griddle, okay? So I am just going to turn this to grill, and I'm going to put it to 2.5 minutes. So what it's doing right now is it's preheating. So it is going to preheat to 400 degrees. It's going to beep at me when it's ready, okay? And then while the pineapple's cooking, I'll tell you guys, about the grill. So let's get the pineapple ready to go while we're waiting. So if you buy pineapples, buying it as a whole is a heck of a lot cheaper than buying it pre-done. Oh, hold on, I have some questions here. Can you leave how long for a chicken in the air fryer on rotisserie? It takes about 40 minutes. So that's how long it typically takes. So with the pineapple, what you can do is you can cut it yourself, and it's going to save you some money as opposed to having the store do it. So you're just going to cut the top and the bottom off. And if you're doing up a fruit tray, and this is like really pretty and nice and green, we'll take the tag off. But now you have a nice little centerpiece, okay, for your fruit tray. So you can always use it for that. So you're going to stand your pineapple upright, and then you're going to take your pineapple wedger, and you're going to line it up, and you're going to start it just by, hold on, short, just by rocking. There we go. Oh, come on. There we are. So you're going to start it, and you're just going to rock. You can't push. You're just going to rock down like such. And then to take it out, put it on the base and give it a push. And my pineapple was not overly even. There we go. And there's your core. And there's your meat. Okay, I'm just going to take this and slice this piece off. Okay. So one of the great things about when you grill pineapple is all of the juices caramelize. And it is just so sweet and beautiful. I'm excited to show you guys this. We're just going to cut this into some slices. You want to make sure the slices are fairly even. There we are. Okay, and I'm just going to move this aside and let the grill finish heating up, and let's get our whipped cream going. So this is a favorite in this house. I never used to buy whipping cream until we came out with the whipped cream maker. My kitchen is really not that big. I just have a counter right here and a little counter here. So my kitchen is not that big. I wish it was bigger. Okay, so whipping cream. So with the whipped cream maker, you can do homemade whipping cream in this. You can do scrambled eggs. It makes them so light and fluffy. You can do frothed milk. Oh my gosh, I make the best chai tea latte and I froth my milk in this. It's fantastic. You can make homemade butter. You can do mayo, so many different uses. So again, I'm gonna make half the recipe. The line that's there, you never wanna fill above the line, okay? Because bad things happen, which means the whipping cream is gonna go everywhere. So we're gonna do a half a batch, and I'm going to add some icing sugar. I like to add icing sugar to it versus granular sugar because it doesn't make it gritty, and also because icing sugar has a little cornstarch in it, which stabilizes it, which makes it not go as runny, okay? And then I was telling you guys about the vanilla. Again, Christmas time. It is double strength Madagascar bourbon pure vanilla. You actually don't even, wrong measuring spoon. You don't even need to use the full amount. I always do because I love the vanilla, but it is so good. Put in half a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and now we go. And the best part about this is in 30 seconds, you have whipped cream. You ready? Go to the consistency that you like. You'll actually feel it thicken. You always want to make sure when you open the open the lid, that the handle is up. Because if the handle's down, you're going to go like this, and you're going to have whipped cream go everywhere. So pull the handle up like that. Oh, needs a little more. My husband's family likes runny whipped cream. I like a firmer whipped cream. There we go. Look at that, guys. I don't know if you can see that with the light. But there you go. Beautiful whipping cream for our pineapple. Okay, so our grill is ready. So let's pull this guy here. We're gonna open that. So it is a grill and a griddle. So imagine like cooking on this. I have done on the, ooh, that guy's falling all over the place. Hold on. Slippery little suckers. Okay, so we've got the pineapple on there. I'm gonna close the lid and I'm gonna press the button. And remember how I said I was gonna put it on for 2.5 minutes? It's now doing a countdown for me, okay? So it's gonna beep at me when it's done. But with the grill, you can grill flatbread. So as I said earlier, remember how I made dough and I told you I made garlic cheese bread? I actually grilled the dough on here and it made the most amazing flatbread. I have done pizzas on here. I've done burgers. Chicken breast. A chicken breast takes 3.5 minutes to grill and it is the juiciest. Oh, it's just fantastic. Steak, pork chops, fish. But the cool thing is if you don't want to grill, you can take the grilling plates out and you can turn it into a griddle. So now you can cook like this, but you can also open it so you're cooking this way. So I want you to imagine you're making breakfast on the weekend. And I don't know about you, but when I cook pancakes, everybody else is eating and I'm still cooking pancakes. Now I can cook 12 pancakes all at the same time. I can cook eggs. I have done 12 eggs. Not that we eat 12 eggs, but I've done it. 12 eggs. I've done eggs and bacon because I can have a griddle plate on one side and I can have the grill plate on the other. So the grill is my bacon and I've got the griddle for my eggs or my pancakes. It makes the most amazing panini sandwiches. Like, I want you to imagine you're going to your favorite sandwich place, having your most favorite sandwich, and they grill it so the cheese goes all ooey gooey and it's nice and crunchy and crispy. 2.5 minutes in this, and you're gonna have the most amazing panini sandwiches, guys. It is great. So I have been having a ton of fun with this. It's brand new. It just came out March the 1st, so we've been playing with it lots in our house. And the best part is the plates go in the dishwasher, okay? Because, but they're so easy to clean. Like, I am amazed. They just clean right up, or I pop them in the dishwasher. So if you're interested in any of our appliances or you have kind of this big wish list, then really consider about having a virtual show of your own. Because coming up in April, our host can choose any item of their choice at 60% off. Woo! Hang on, I need tongs. Just a second. Oh goodness. There we go. Okay. Some of my pineapple pieces were bigger than others. Okay, but let me turn this off. So, grab some pineapple. This. My goodness. I got the dropsies tonight. Let's do this one. So there is our beautiful grilled pineapple. Move this out of the way. Let's grab some whipping cream. Now, if you guys didn't see the post that I made, it was either today or yesterday. Sorry, I can't remember. But I did talk about the whipped cream maker. And the cool thing is that you can do different flavors. So with this, you could actually make like a cinnamon whipping cream, or you could do Bailey's. Like Bailey's is so good as whipped cream, and especially if you like specialty coffees, like your coffees will never be the same because you have Bailey's whipped cream. So let's just put some whipped cream in there. There we go. I'd probably let them cool a little more so my whipped cream doesn't melt, but we don't have the time. So, but you guys can see. And the cool thing about the whipped cream maker is that if you don't use all of the whipped cream, mind you, it's kind of like wine. I don't know why you wouldn't use all the whipped cream. But if you have leftovers, take the lid or the base, and you can put it on like that, and you can store it in the fridge. And I can tell you that I have left whipping cream for up to 3 days. And it's perfectly fine. And I think it's the cornstarch that really makes a difference. Okay, so we've got that. Our cinnamon buns are done, which is perfect timing, and I can show you what they look like. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, guys. So 12 minutes in the air fryer. Check this out. Let me grab my smaller grips and I can grab these better. There we go. Look. It's ooey gooey bubbly goodness. Okay, so what you want to do is you actually want to flip these out right away because you want to get all of that gooey, caramelized, brown sugar goodness. You don't want it hardening in the pan. So we're going to do this. I don't make this look the prettiest, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay. Let's try this. Grab my... That'll work. And there you are, some awesome cinnamon buns. And what you can do is you can just make a glaze to go over top of them, just a little milk and icing sugar and a smidge of melted butter, whisk it up, and then you can put a beautiful glaze over the top. You could even put cherries on this, you could do raisins, you can do anything. So we have our fantastic grilled pineapple, which my whipped cream is now melting, but that's okay because it's whipped cream, it doesn't matter. And then we've got our beautiful cinnamon buns. Yeah. So I hope you had fun. Thanks for joining me tonight. And certainly, oh yes, definitely ice cream for sure. So, and I really wish like there was smell-o-vision. Somebody said that to me the other week when I was doing my shows. So smell-o-vision would be great because if you could smell the grilled sweetness of the pineapple and the cinnamon buns right now, it is just, it's heavenly. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and thank you so much for joining me and your amazing hosts this week. I hope you guys have had fun. We'll be wrapping things up tomorrow. You will find your hosts' shopping links in a couple of different places. I will be posting them again tomorrow morning, but they are also in the About section of the group. There is a pinned post at the top of the group that has them in it, and you can also click on the cover photo of the group and it will give you the shopping links there as well. As I said, if you've had fun this week, I'd love to have some fun with you and your friends. We have some amazing specials coming up. As I said, in April, I want you to imagine having the catalog, flipping through it, and picking any item that you want at 60% off. And that is in addition to our regular host rewards of our 50% off items and your free products. And let me tell you, you will get to see me in the kitchen again, making something different. And certainly we will have a lot of fun. So don't worry about that. And last thing is, you know, if you've kind of watched this week, if you love Pampered Chef, if you enjoy, you know, partying on Facebook, then by all means feel free to ask me any questions about what I do. I certainly have a ton of fun. I've been doing this for almost 18 years, and you know, it's certainly a really, really great, it can be a great side gig for people. So don't hesitate to ask me anything about what I do with Pampered Chef. So thanks again, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Don't hesitate, ask me any questions, and I'm happy to answer for you. Okay? Have a wonderful night. Cheers.